Hey everyone, so I quit drinking and I want to talk about why. Before I get into that though, I want you to know that I am sending personalized 1-minute videos to anyone who joins Patreon on the $5 tier or up between now and when I post my next video. So if you want a specific question answered or a random appropriate sentence said or really anything, you could totally have that. I don't know if anyone wants it. But, yep, I'm not great at selling this stuff. But truthfully, from my heart, Patreon has given me so much creative freedom, and I really, really, genuinely am enjoying my time and my community on there. So I'm trying to grow it because it's a blast. And right now, a personalized video is the incentive I offer to get you to join. Back to the drinking. So I didn't quit drinking 100%. I still do socially drink like once every other month, maybe, but like that's it. And the reason that I quit or mega slowed down is really super simple. I am just too old for it to feel worth it anymore. And it's more complicated than just as I'm aging, the hangovers are getting worse. I mean, that's true, that is happening, but that is not the top contributing factor. There's a lot more going on. First of all, I think it's just the experience of drinking is less pleasant, it's less enjoyable. When I was younger, I think maybe, I don't know, like the dopamine spike I would get from drinking was much higher, and now as I advance into age. Did you know my birthday is coming up? Yeah, I'm gonna be 32. Anyway, as I advance into age, the dopamine spike is just like, it's not really a spike, it's just kind of like a little, yeah. And while I haven't drinking in excess in a long while, and therefore haven't really had a true hangover in a long while, I still feel really like there's this off and dull feeling that follows drinking. And as I age, that feeling gets longer and stronger. And I think things really switched for me when I was noticing that phenomenon, and then I saw this TikTok. Now, I don't know if the things in this TikTok are true, if the content is scientifically accurate. It sounds like it's most likely true from what I know about drinking and like neurotransmitters, but still, I haven't fact-checked this. Regardless, the TikTok's important because what it describes, whether or not accurate, aligns with my experience, and that is, allegedly, according to TikTok, when you drink, you get this punch of dopamine. Unfortunately, what follows that is your brain says, wow, this is way too much dopamine for us. We need to balance that out somehow, and then it spews a ton of like depressant chemicals. And those chemicals apparently can linger in your system 4 to 5 days after drinking. And if you drink super regularly, you can just have like a baseline that is more sad. And that is what I was noticing with me. Even after just a glass or two of wine, I was just weird for like 4 or 5 days, just kind of like meh. And that was not worth it to me, because that's a whole week, and the glass or two of wine, it was usually just one glass, was not even that enjoyable. Before that TikTok, I was kind of noticing that phenomenon in myself and with my experience, and so my drinking started to slow down a while ago. So maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I stopped drinking by myself. Something that I used to do was maybe like want to enjoy a glass of wine while I watch a show if it's just me at home, and I might do that, and I haven't done that in like 3 or 4 years. And then maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Gray and I really slowed down and kind of stopped drinking when it was just the two of us, definitely at home, and then even like when we went out on dates to dinner, we oftentimes skipped alcohol. And then maybe like a year or two ago, we stopped having alcohol in the house, not super purposefully, but just because we were never finding ourselves drinking. And then maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I saw that TikTok and I was like, you know what? Drinking just isn't serving me anymore. Why am I still doing it? So ever since then, I have started to say no to like 6 out of 7 opportunities to socially drink. And then I just don't drink otherwise. And overall, I've noticed that my baseline mood and energy has way improved. It's a choice that I don't regret at all. Now, I don't feel really strictly about it. Like, I will definitely probably still drink in the future, but I have kind of recategorized myself in my head as someone who doesn't drink. And what I want to talk about, what's like the most interesting part of this video, in my opinion, is how much that surprised me, and when I recategorized myself and when I made that choice, what strange feelings came up for me. Because before 6 or 7 months ago, I never really saw myself as someone who would ever quit drinking. And now that I, for the most part, have, I notice that I feel a little almost embarrassed by it. And when I'm out and about, I kind of try to hide the fact that I'm not having alcohol. And then on the rare times that I do talk about it, I feel a little insecure, worried that people might think I am uncool or self-righteous. And ultimately, as long as people are safe and healthy and doing what's serving them, I don't think choosing to quit drinking or choosing to drink should be a big deal. So the therapist in me then became really curious about where all these feelings were coming from. Why does this feel like such a big deal? Why am I so shocked that I became a non-drinker? How attached to my drinking identity was I? Why am I embarrassed? What are some of the things I'm afraid people will think when I say that I don't drink? Is it that I'm like no fun? Or am I worried they'll think I think I'm better than them? Or am I concerned that people might think that I quit drinking because I had a problem? And if that's the case, then I'm really surprised. I know lots of folks who've distanced themselves from drinking or quit entirely because of a bad relationship with alcohol, and I do not judge them. So why is a possible part of me so averse to maybe being seen that way? I think what it really comes down to is I was shocked at how all of these feelings highlighted that I may have unknowingly internalized a stigma around sobriety, which was a really powerful and important realization because in the end, I do not want to hold any judgment, consciously or subconsciously. I know we can't always control the subconscious, but wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, but I don't want to hold any judgment for people, whether they do or don't drink. I just want folks to do what serves them best. That's how I really feel, like in my wise mind. So it was uncomfortable to learn that another part of my brain might have felt a different way. But also it's good because when stuff like that happens and you acknowledge it and confront it, that's when you learn and grow, right? Anyway, can any of you relate to this experience at all? Have you quit drinking and then super overthought it? No, just kidding. But as you have gotten older, have you slowed down in your alcohol consumption? And then has that brought up any like complicated feelings or self-realizations? You are all probably just normal and adjusted, and if you want to quit drinking, you do, and then it's like over. That's how I thought it should and would be for me, but no. I got weird about it. And don't get me wrong, I will still likely drink in life. I might even get drunk one day. Whoa! But accepting that I am like a different person with a different body that doesn't like or tolerate alcohol really the same way has been good for me. I wish I had a better mocktail game though. My mocktails are like not that unwinding or tasty. So anyway, go join Patreon because I'll send you a video. Okay, bye. Wow, you made it to the end. Here is the obligatory part where I ask you to follow me on other social media platforms because it profoundly affects my self-worth. Just kidding, it doesn't really. But, please follow me anyway because that would be fun, and I mean fun for my self-esteem. Haha, no, not actually. I am truthfully totally indifferent, and if no one follows me, I'm not gonna, cry into a pillow all afternoon. I did that last Wednesday, so I think it's out of my system now. Yeah. Bye.